And so what I did was, I was stunned. I was thrown off my psychic center. I knew I had to get out of here. I stayed a couple more days. They had one scene, a cutaway in the Brunswick, Georgia warehouse where they had the slave ship, the decks of a cutaway slave ship. And then the trainer was on the higher deck and Kunta Kinte was on the lower deck. And it was as if the thing was swaying in the ocean. It was so real. And then the trainer saying, Kunta Kinte, are you there? And Kunta Kinte, be strong, eat. You have to be strong because you have to kill the white man and return the mother out. It was just, and we were in there tearing the grown man. And then the Green, who was the Englishman in charge of that portion of he said, cut. And everybody said, wait a minute, this was wonderful. And he said, we don't want Return to Mother Africa in the film. That was the last straw for me. And so I had to get out of there. Before I left, I called my Aunt Bessie. Spirit said, call your Aunt Bessie in Newark, New Jersey and find out where your grandfather is. Never heard about my grandfather. Nobody ever talked about it. I said, Aunt Bessie, where are we from? She said, we're from Ohio. I said, Aunt Bessie, ain't nobody from Ohio. We moved out of Georgia to Ohio. Where in Georgia is your father, my grandfather? So she got my address and she said, boy, I'm afraid the nephew called me, but she said, boy, your grandfather's buried Midway Church Cemetery, Jasper County, Kelly, Georgia. I went to the Georgia archives, found him on the written page. Somebody who had never heard of, I had never heard of, nobody had ever talked about it. And then I said, I'm going to leave and I'm going to see him. So I rented a car. I never had been to Georgia. I went from Atlanta down to Kelly, which is on the road where Tom Ray is. And there, I went too far, so I had to turn around and go up to Shady Dale. Then I got to Kelly. And then I asked somebody, where is Kelly? They said, up the road a piece. Everything's up the road a piece. I went across the road. There was the church that they built, the schoolhouse that they built. And then I had to go in the cemetery. And in the cemetery, the tallest tombstone was my grandfather's. Wow. And it was an obelisk. And the two pillars of masonry on it. He was the master of the lodge. They had burned down the lodge, the Klan, and murdered him July 14th, 1917. But he had 50 years to build an African family. And so he was born August the 10th, in the week of Marcus Garvey, but 10 years before Marcus. He was born in 1868 when Du Bois was born. Well, anyway, he had 13 kids, his sons and daughters. His brother Sam had 15. They had their farms together. They built the institution. All that stuff, I'm going back now. The schoolhouse is still there. Yeah. I want to try to, my family owns the schoolhouse. I'm trying to get them to sell me the schoolhouse. But that changed my life. Once I was in that cemetery, and I met him, people understand, why you fight so? Why are you so tenacious? Why you don't submit? Why are you ready to challenge anything? That was the power given to me at that point.
I hear that.
So that's why that ground is special down here.
Wow, that's fantastic.